It's like September 23rd or something.
Terrific.
The U.S. government is prepared to massacre more than 500,000 people. I keep saying this, but you only have to massacre the first few dozen people typically. Although the idea that the U.S. armed forces are ready to protect America gets funnier if a sizable chunk of America is standing outside the gates. Like, that is the best take I've seen. Because it's true. It's true. Like the American military is here to protect the people, but when the better part of the American populace has shown up on your doorstep and you're pointing guns at them, are you really protecting them?
What are you protecting?
I mean, you're sort of protecting them from themselves.
Actually,
no. Hold on. You're protecting America from those people.
So now they're enemies of the state?
Congratulations, you're now an enemy of the state.
Congratulations.
When you went to Naruto
runner...
run at a secret government facility, yes, you're an enemy of the state.
Naruto runners are now enemies of the state. Public enemy number 1, Naruto runners.
Actually... Okay, I'm just waiting for like 4 seconds of silence.
That's not gonna happen, because I won't let that happen. Aaron, help me with this. We need to make 4 seconds never happen.
Hello and welcome to On a Side Note, episode 20.
It's On a Side Note podcast, episode 21.
Well, 21, whatever. The 20s. We're in the 20s.
Yes.
Yeah. 20s.
It's late July now, because
we're
like really bad at scheduling.
Hey, listeners, wish me a belated birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, he had a birthday. He's now 82.
If you backwatch episodes, I'll maybe add Aaron's P.O. box in the description.
Oh shit, we're gonna get copyright for that.
Yeah, we are, you fucking idiot.
Wait, that's copywritten?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Warner Brothers owns Happy Birthday.
What?
The copyright is gonna end very soon, though.
It doesn't matter. The fact that someone decided, I'm going to copyright the most iconic song for birthdays.
I feel like that should be royalty free.
Not yet.
It's going to be great once it is.
It's going to be royalty free eventually, but as of right now, no, it's not.
That's why TV shows have always made up dumb fucking birthday songs. It's going to be really weird
like the Futurama one.
It's going to be really weird once people can actually put Happy Birthday in movies.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Warner Brothers show, you can, because they don't care, because they're making money off you anyway, so you can do Happy Birthday.
They own it. They'll pay themselves, why not? No money actually coming out of the bank account.
They'd probably sue their own people.
They sue themselves. I used my own copyright claims.
Did the GTA 5 casino thing come out already?
No, it comes out on the 23rd. People are just doing a lot of speculation on it right now.
Because the Independent 6 hours, GTA 5 online casino update sees free in-game money scams appear.
Yeah, I saw that article. Apparently people are like just scamming the shit out of people to get free money before they start playing the game.
What? How?
Wow.
Like the people are coming out with like the money inception. No, money injection mods, and they're like, pay us money and we'll give you money, and then it doesn't actually work. So people are scamming people and trying to get money to prepare for the mod.
I mean, why not just play the game and earn it the right way?
Because GTA 5
the right way is
possible.
The right way is to pay Rockstar $120 for the Bull Shark testosterone card, because you got into mom or daddy's wallet. That's how they want you to play the game.
And then you could be like that fucking one report where some kid spent $3,000 on like an educational game.
Yeah.
Because, doesn't know any better because they're children. Granted, the best part about all this is this game's rated M for mature, so they shouldn't even be playing it anyway.
Yeah.
You know their soccer mom...
Ratings are an opinion.
This is all an opinion. You see, the same people who say that are probably the people who say age is just a number. Just saying.
Ew.
The left.
No,
we're not political. We're not a political podcast.
We're not a political podcast.
Did you guys see the CG Cats trailer?
No.
It looks fucking horrifying.
I'm not watching it. I'm not watching the trailer.
Oh,
I'm
you should.
seeing the screen caps. I'm seeing memes everywhere of it. Like the one I sent in our fucking group chat. Did you see that?
Oh, I don't know.
Look,
I probably looked at it.
Go back in and look.
Oh god, I'm not sure if I want to. I've seen like everything about it, and it just looks so bad.
I think it looks absolutely phenomenal.
I feel like you haven't watched it.
You know what I find
never watched it yet.
Unbelievably funny?
What?
That they're remaking The Lion King, right?
Yeah.
So my problem with this is everybody's calling it a live action.
It's 100% CG.
Yes. I find it hard
I don't get that.
Yeah, it's not live action. It's CG. It's just better than what it was before in a way.
You went from drawing it in 2D to creating it in 3D. That's all you did.
To ruining it in 3D.
It's ruining it in 3D, yeah. Creating nightmare fuel for children.
Was it this Tumblr post, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's why I didn't look at it.
What? Fuck you.
That's real nice, Kyle.
Yeah.
Well, I saw it was a Tumblr post and I didn't bother opening it. Do you want the links to go in the description, Aaron? Is that what you're telling me by sending them here?
Yeah, just link all of these just Cats trailer memes because these are good too.
Oh god, is that what that is?
Yep.
Cats, the live action movie.
I like
what
that.
Would that be? Cats 2019 or is it 2020?
It says 2019.
Good.
In the second link, it says 2019. So I bet you
it does.
This, you know what? It's probably going to be like a Christmas release or something.
Boy, I can't wait.
Yeah, what was the one
Guess what, everybody? Guess what you're getting for Christmas? Oh, everybody was a bad boy this year. You're getting fucking CGI cat people.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna normalize furries.
Yeah, there was one that it was like just fucking one of those.
The one where it was saying Idris Elba's was the only one that doesn't look terrible, and it was definitely designed by a furry.
No, it was saying animators. You fuck. What's that quote where it's like
Trevor, that's the one I sent.
Oh, is it?
You animators were so preoccupied with whether or not they
could think about whether they should.
Okay, that is the one. Hey, you didn't send that in the TeamSpeak, so I fucking forgot where I saw it.
Well, sorry.
Don't call it.
Anyway,
you. But yeah,
that and the other quote from Jurassic Park that I love from Ian Malcolm is the and then you put it on the lunchbox and then you're gonna sell it. You're gonna sell it.
I don't think anyone wants to buy those cats.
I don't know about that.
There's gonna be an entire fall fashion line for like kids back to school that's gonna be cat stuff, man.
Gross.
We're gonna enter 2020 with normalized furry fandom.
Yay!
Even worse.
I wish they'd go back.
Best timeline, obviously.
As a member of this burning fandom, I really wish it would go back to everyone hating us and stop being, normal.
Well, I mean, we're normalizing
because it just gets
nowadays,
awful.
So.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was a slippery slope with the daddy kink shit and everything else.
That's what started, obviously. Yeah. Out of everything, that's the starting point.
The littles and all that stuff.
Use the Wayback Machine. Figure it out. That's where it started.
That's where it started, man.
Yeah, that's the original.
The 50 Shades of Grey stuff and people not knowing what the fuck BDSM is, but everything being BDSM.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
I put on a leather choker. I'm into BDSM now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I got a leather swing set. I'm into BDSM now.
I'm just still looking through tech news. I really hope Elon Musk can perfect this machine brain interface. What?
That's...
What, was there something you wanted to talk about?
Oh, no.
What?
You good there?
I just had a galaxy brain moment.
God.
Because you mentioned Elon Musk, and then I remembered that he's working on cat girls, and then that led me down the thought process of the fact that, you know what, the Cats movie, it's probably because they want to normalize the idea of cat people so that Elon can release this without us questioning it. That's what it is.
Well, that's pretty
Bam.
far down the rabbit hole.
Bam, that's my new theory.
That is Galaxy
That's my
Brain.
new theory. The only reason we're getting a fucking, like, real live action Cats movie in 2019 is to ready us for 2020 when Elon releases Cat Girls. That's what it is. Bam. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god. Aaron,
you go to your senators.
No, you cracked the word. How dare you?
This is like Da Vinci Code level shit, Aaron. I hope you know that.
Galaxy Brain.
This is just pretty funny. I'm not going to go into the article, but researchers easily trick Cylance's AI-based antivirus into thinking malware is goodware.
What?
Oh god.
Well, we don't have really good AIs yet, so while our AIs are still dumb, it's really easy to trick them into things.
So,
like being malware, that is required to be on the system.
Wait. I'm imagining that. What is the hell does that meme format of that guy and the butterfly? I don't. What is that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just imagining.
Is this a pigeon?
Yeah, is this a pigeon?
Yeah. Is this
mission critical data?
Is this System 32?
System 32 is just like virus.
Bloatware. Yup. Kyle,
God.
make that.
Here's the actual article if you want to read it.
Kyle, you need to make that.
Make pigeon.
Oh, Kyle, you're sending Vice.
Yeah, that happened to be where this was from.
Ugh.
I just use Google News. It's everything. I don't have anything turned off.
I'm sorry, but I had to just because, yeah. And going back to the cats for a thing, Vice has a thing called "We Asked Our Parents What the Plot of Cats Is."
Oh god.
Good topic already. Yes.
Mm.
Wait, I'm sorry. This is a musical.
Yes, Cats was a musical. Did you not know that?
No, I didn't. I never knew this existed until this started. Honestly,
yeah, man,
serious?
It was big on Broadway.
No,
I forget what year it came out.
You really think I'm someone to watch Broadway?
I mean,
I thought that was like the 80s
I knew
and
what it
90s
is.
that
I'm an
Cats came
uncultured swine.
he is.
Yeah.
He's the most uncultured swine.
You.
I mean,
I like
you
this.
said it.
That's good.
We were all thinking it.
What's new in virtual reality? Aaron, you had something you wanted to talk about while I'm searching for other...
Well, no, I'm just reading through that article, and, I mean, that's a little concerning.
What, the tricking the AI thing?
Yeah, so the method doesn't involve altering the malicious code as hackers generally do to evade detection. Instead, the researchers developed a global bypass method that works with almost any malware to fool the Cylance engine. It involves simply taking strings from a non-malicious file and appending them to a malicious one, tricking the system into thinking the malicious file is benign, and this is the part that I was saying is oof. The benign string they used came from an online gaming program, which they've declined to name publicly so that Cylance will have a chance to fix the problem before hackers exploit it. So every
probably like Fortnite.
Yeah. You know what? You're probably right.
I mean, would you be surprised if it wasn't?
I mean, it's the biggest online game.
Yeah, and it's a game that not everyone, but many people would have.
It's that or WoW.
Probably.
I don't see it being WoW, though. I do. Fortnite sounds more believable than WoW, honestly.
Fortnite's already owned by, the Chinese government, basically, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was...
I like this quote. Their crime is not that they coded AI poorly. Their crime is calling what they did AI. So somebody's just like, yeah, no, you just did a bad job. It's not AI. It's just stupid.
Well, we have to have dumb AI before we can get to smart AI. That's the thing.
I mean, what do you call like Google now and Siri? And technically,
dumb AI.
Well, yeah, technically it's AI though.
Yeah, but
I forget. There was a term I learned from the fucking Halo novelizations because they had those.
ASI or dumb AI? Which are you talking about?
It was something along the lines of dumb AI, but it wasn't that. I forget.
Limited AI?
Yeah, I think it was like limited or something. Like, it was a really generic term, but they used it in that because they also because whenever they made the United Government, I think they had initially made some AI, and I think there was actually like a minor disaster that happened, which is why they had to then, like, the UNSC was like, yeah, you know what, we're not doing that, not again. And then that's the reason why Halsey has Cortana and a few other like ones that she's allowed to for research. Because
although isn't Cortana an imprint of Halsey's brain? So like they couldn't really be like, oh, we're taking that from you. She could just hook herself up to a data mapper and be like, boop, another one, and another one.
Yeah, basically that's the way that they would make intelligent AIs, that they would basically make a rudimentary computer that was as complex as the human brain and inject them into it. It's just the other problem is that they can't, for some reason, I guess you would extrapolate it as the soul problem. I think they had like a lifespan of like 12 to 13 years, and that was it before they just went rogue and lost their minds.
From the Halo universe.
Yeah,
yes.
They went rampant because they ran out of storage space for new memories and shit.
I thought it was
started
even less than
overwriting
that.
core files.
What? The amount of years that
I thought it was like 7, honestly.
You know what, you might be right,
short.
because you said that, and then I was like, I think it might have been 8, actually.
I mean, I can easily find out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you just Google it. I'm going off the top of my head, and dude, I read those Halo novels like, oh my god, it might have been a decade, honestly.
Rampancy. I mean, keep talking. I'll pitch in when I find.
The other part that I saw here was Cylance ranks about 8 among the top 10 endpoint security companies after Symantec, Kaspersky, and Trend Micro.
I like
the company's
Kaspersky.
business is growing rapidly. Last year it obtained $120 million in funding, and this year was acquired by BlackBerry in a $1.4 billion deal.
Wow.
BlackBerry's still relevant?
I mean, they're still making
They still make
phones.
devices.
Really?
Yeah, they're making Android devices with like a BlackBerry spin on them.
Huh.
And they only last 7 years, by the way.
Blackberries,
okay. There you
of
go,
course.
Jake. So yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
Blackberries only last 7 years.
Yeah.
Before they go rampant.
Man, look at that. I'm surprised I remember that useless bit of information.
Oh,
clearly.
So they
Jake, you were right with the 8 years because Cortana lasted 8 years.
No, Aaron said 8 years. I said 7 years.
Whatever.
Get your
Yeah,
facts straight.
Cortana is special, and then Halo started to get into this weird mythical magic bit with John and her and all that, which was kind of like ugh. But
The mythical magic shit wasn't with her and John. The mythical magic shit was when she started going rampant. He went into cryo sleep, and she was talking to a grave mine, which infected her with the whatever it's called, the logic plague. And then she, for some reason, was like, oh, hey, you know that thing that killed Mendicant Bias, the most powerful AI ever created? Fuck you, I'm taking you over. And that was Halo 5, where she was in control of basically everything and trying to destroy Earth instead of the Flood.
yeah, I never played past
But anyway,
it.
I know a little bit too much about Halo lore because I watched 2 lore channels.
Nice work.
Yeah, the only reason I know anything is, like I said, I read all those fucking books.
Shout out to 2 guys I'll put in the description because I don't remember their channel.
Good. Even more so.
Yeah, and just shout out
Neither
to,
of them have posted in a while
Shout
because
out
there's
to Person
no
Peoples.
there's
and
no
also
big
shout out
news.
to all of the people that wrote those books. You guys did some good sci-fi there.
Good
Emo
primo
John.
Was it a
quality
team of people
content.
writing them?
I think
Probably.
there was a couple of different authors that had been tasked to, novelize like different extra lore bits and come up with different events in the universe. It was basically
shit.
sort of like the way that they auctioned out like the Star Wars universe before it became Legacy, and they started the new canon. Ugh.
On
The
sort of
new
a similar
canon.
vein to Halo, but absolutely derailing that conversation. Yesterday, Business Insider wrote that Elon Musk is currently creating a Neuralink and plans to be able to link brains to the internet by next year.
Yeah, what is that? I keep seeing Neuralink, and people are like freaking out about it.
I mean, if I can plug a printer cable into the base of my skull and browse the internet like the Matrix, I'm going to be pretty excited.
I mean, I had people going the opposite route. Where they were like, "Oh yeah, you know, what happens if there's a solar flare or something like that?" And
while you're plugged in.
Yeah, while you're plugged in, or after all of Musk's satellites and however many other companies decide to put them up there to get global internet. They all get fried, and then I just get fried.
You're dead now. So isn't that like the entire fucking like fear from like the old .hack show? Was they're all linked to this brain, and then someone got disconnected, and they're like, oh hey, they're just stuck there because their body died.
Yeah.
I mean that's a trope in a lot of sci-fi, but the easy way to do that is
was .hack the originator of that?
I don't know if it was the original, but
because I think Sword Art
the 80s.
Basically friggin'.
Let me look up .hacks on TV Trope. .hack.
Because Sword Art has basically like the same fucking storyline, doesn't it?
Yeah, in a way.
Everyone's connected to
.hack came out first, though.
A game, and
when did .hack even come out?
Their bodies are just killed and they're stuck inside the game, I think is the... Oh, if everyone was playing the game and then the guy that made the game was like, oh hey, no one's allowed out, and because you plug these things into your brain, if you die, I'm electrocuting you to death.
Yeah.
That's stupid trope.
Yeah, that's what that was SAO.
That's SAO. Because he's like, oh hey look, you just leave by pressing this button, and then they got rid of that button like once everyone connected. Like that's it. Congrats. It's that easy.
So I guess continuing on the tech thing, I have an article here off of Ars Technica. Please knock before tracking. How private is your browser's private mode? Research into porn suggests not very.
Good.
Okay.
Data brokers like Facebook, Google, and Oracle might know more than you think.
Even Oracle? Alright, thanks, Oracle. Well, that's Java, so...
Nature biology.
A forthcoming research paper... Oh, and there's even a link to the PDF. From researchers at Microsoft, Carnegie Mellon, and the University of Pennsylvania brings up the possibility that Google and Facebook might be tracking your porn history, and perhaps more worrisome, that using incognito mode doesn't even help.
Cool.
I'm so surprised.
Good. Yeah, shocker.
That's why everyone should use a VPN like, oh fuck, I don't have it maximized.
In light of the study,
Windscribe, our Windscribe affiliate link is in the comment down below.
In light of the study, a Facebook spokesperson told CNET, "We don't want adult websites using our business tools since that type of content is a violation of our community standards.
Oh, yeah.
When we learn that these types of sites or apps use our tools, we enforce against them," Google told the New York Times.
Wow.
But the company disallows ads on adult sites and directly prohibits adding information based on sexual interest or activities to any personalized advertising profiles. I kind of doubt that.
Yeah, I really doubt that too.
That's a large area of money.
A very large area of money.
Like,
and they obviously want that
advertising
sweet,
to people
cash.
based on their fetish, probably a lot of money in that. That, and you can probably extrapolate a lot of other things about them from that.
Yeah?
I don't know. I'm just saying. That I was scrolling through, and
what the fuck is going on with this?
The ability of incognito, private, and in private mode in various browsers to defang such tracking is another large question. The researchers claim that incognito mode only ensures one's browsing history is not stored on one's own computer.
Yeah.
But the reality is more complex. While the sites you visit do still track incognito browsing for the most part, this is the difference between tracking first name, middle name, last name, see attachments for employment, relationship, hobby, and shopping history, and tracking somebody in a gray hoodie.
What?
What? Yeah, what?
While the sites you visit do still track incognito browsing for the most part, this is the difference between the tracking. So I guess when you're not an incognito, it's basically like, hey, they have your entire name, they know where you work, they know most of the relationships in your extended family and friends, they know your hobbies, and they know your shopping history. And when you have incognito on, it's basically saying, yeah, we're looking for a guy in a gray hoodie.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But then I don't get what their point of they're getting more information than you think is then.
Well, then they're not, because they're just storing information. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
The sites you browse to in incognito mode do still set and read tracking cookies, but those cookies are not directly connected to the long-lived cookies from your normal browsing sessions. This means that the data brokers are effectively building a brand new profile based on your incognito section.
I wish I could become a data broker. Holy shit.
And unless you specifically log into Facebook or Google inside that incognito session, it's fairly unlikely for the two to become directly connected.
So surprised.
So yeah, don't log into anything in incognito and you're fine.
Also, be careful about logging into stuff when you're using a VPN, because I accidentally logged into my Gmail from like Sri Lanka, and well, the Google security team fucking kicked down my door and screamed that I was being hacked.
You've been hacked. No, that was
me.
When I was using a VPN, and I was like, let me track where this actually logged in. And there's apparently, I'm pretty sure the DC for like router location is behind the Capitol building, like in an alleyway.
You're just some guy with a laptop in a back alley.
Like, no joke, because I was following Google's like, hey, we saw you logged in here. We don't think this is you. And I followed the Google map zoom in on it. I'm like, this is an alleyway. What the fuck? So yeah, there's that. It's probably not there anymore, but
they move the router at regular intervals.
They move it around. That's how people are like, it came from the Capitol building. I'm like, yeah, they're using a VPN and it's at the Capitol building. Duh.
The trope we're looking for is trapped in another world.
When you pay for most of those services, doesn't it, Oh yeah, trapped in another world. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a long trope, but gaming trope version-wise is newer.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm forgetting where I was going.
VPNing. It came from the White House.
Oh yeah, when you pay for services, don't they let you like specifically denote where you want it to come from?
Some VPNs will let you like pick exactly which exit node you're using. Some will just be like, oh, we'll randomly assign you one within this country.
Oh yeah.
Or this
when you pay
state,
for it, you can usually pick a bit more specific, though.
Well, but like I'm saying, though, some have the specific scope of, this county, whereas some of the ones that you pay a lot of money for, or ones that operate on Tor, are be like, hey, which specific exit node, like down to the GPS coordinate, would you like your exit traffic to come from?
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous. So it's in that regards, it's harder to track where you are in comparison to, like, let's say, one that only has, like, a bunch of people coming out of the same gateway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Tor is, it's free, and if you set it up right, you can specify exactly which nodes you travel through, how many times before it'll shuffle them around. It's
yeah, but
really
doesn't
neat.
Tor even say you should use, like, a second
Also use a VPN. Yeah.
Yeah.
Double rapid.
Absolute. Yeah, double rapid. God.
I don't know. That's immediately what popped in my head.
God.
Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. That's too much friction. That's going to cause problems.
It will cause problems.
You probably will completely defeat the purpose, and 9 months later, you're going to regret it.
9 months later, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Hey, I'm just being real.
It's not
this
wrong.
is a public service announcement.
This is PSA.
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop.
Why are you like this? What is wrong with you? I guess let me just take one tangent here randomly.
On a side note.
Yeah, on a side note.
Yeah.
Here. On the like adult topic, since this podcast loves going there.
Hey, you did it this time.
We
apparently.
went there without Jesse this time.
Yeah.
It's all Aaron's fault, and you're the one who bitched about it.
I mean, is there really a point to resist it anymore?
No, go ahead,
No.
Aaron.
Yeah, that's
The
awesome.
Witcher, the show that they're going to be making apparently is going to be a very adult show with lots of monsters and no villain.
What?
So one of the things we're enjoying,
So tentacle porn.
exploring, is all of the shades of gray in the books. So the showrunner Lauren Hissrich of The Witcher for Netflix recently gave an interview to Entertainment Weekly that provides a few insights on what we can expect from this version of Geralt's story. For starters, it will apparently be a very adult show. And though it won't be added for shock value, we should expect a bit of the old sex and violence. I've been rewatching, the hell is that? Dallies?
I don't know what that is.
I have no idea what that is. And my kids aren't allowed to look at the screen anymore after one of them snuck around and saw something they shouldn't have and it scared him, Hissrich said. Oh, I think she's getting, like, production, like, bits or something. And I guess she was, like, reviewing them, and I guess one of the scenes she was reviewing her kids saw, and she was like, yeah, no, get out of the room, Johnny. This is Mama's time. She also explained that as well
This
as
is
some
Mama's
horror.
time with eggplant.
Vinegar husband.
There will be plenty of monsters. Geralt's a monster hunter, so from the very beginning we talked about how to show these monsters and the humans and what they interact with. I think people are going to be surprised by how many monsters we are able to do and how integral they are to the story. That said, there won't be a singular big bad of the show. It sounds like this first season will be taking some inspiration from the short stories that take place before the events of the novels and well before the games. There isn't really a villain, Hissrich said. One of the things we're enjoying exploring is the shades of grey in the book. The characters you're rooting for in the beginning may not be the characters you're rooting for in the end. And characters you hate, and that seem absolutely evil, are motivated by something that's really relatable and human and emotional. So, I mean, I'm not going to get my hopes up because TV adaptations.
It looked terrible.
Yeah,
honestly,
TV adaptations haven't had a good track record.
I honestly
time.
really hope that they go like classic Star Trek with the monster designs and just make them horrible latex suits.
I mean,
Oh
like,
man, he's got to kill this monster. It's just
it's like,
dude, clearly a dude in a suit.
it's got
like 100%.
a Swamp Thing costume or Fishman costume or something.
Yeah. It's like, I don't remember that being what they described in the books. It's close enough.
But I mean,
Look, there's budget
least,
restraints here, okay?
At least for what they're talking about on the thematic end of things, it sounds pretty good. Like, they're getting the idea of what the novels had in them. Like, yeah, it was just at least for the first book, like, the first book was just a collection of whatever. Like, it was just random inserts into Geralt doing this or Geralt doing that. Like, if they can copy that well and they can actually do the gray characters in a convincing manner, I mean, you might have something.
Geralt goes to the store to pick up bread, gets laughed at by the entire town, and only finds comfort in his horse.
Yeah, I mean, basically. Or like a few random people that are like okay with them, but they're like outcasts.
Look at that poor sad man that can't walk. His horse is his only friend.
Since when did Geralt become a cripple? What?
I feel like he just wouldn't, do anything properly. Like, he'd just have a weird gait that everyone's like, no one taught that fellow how to walk, did they?
Siri, my legs. Siri, help me. Like, I don't even know where to go.
Why do you, fully kick your legs above your head with each step? Is this not normal?
I now want a Photoshop of Geralt doing the big steppy. you know that guy I'm talking about, the one in the cowboy hat with the fucking bell bottoms. Yeah. I need Geralt photoshopped into that. Kyle or the community, somebody fulfill this.
It's in my notes.
I'm really entertaining myself with the thought of that. Holy shit.
I'm having tons of stuff for my meme stream later.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome, world. We're giving you some good shit.
This is what this timeline gives us.
I love the clown world.
Uh,
I wonder what'll come up in Google News if I search clown world. Probably nothing good.
This was another side note, I guess. Because me and Jake were kind of talking about this earlier today. Just as far as, you know, green initiatives and fossil fuels, climate change, that kind of bit. So New York, I guess today has passed its own version of the Green New Deal.
Oh, wonderful.
And apparently they're going to make a massive offshore wind push to try and power the city.
Wow, that's a terrible idea.
Later on.
Alrighty.
Instead, we should be investing in nuclear power plants and, you know, figuring fusion out instead of fission.
Yeah.
Although, speaking of that, here's
but apparently everybody just
an
wants
article
to
from
have the iconic
Morning Brew
coastline of New York and Lady Liberty just be surrounded by a bunch of windmills.
That's gonna look fucking terrible.
Why do you even care? You don't even like...
I hate New York. That's not the point.
I thought it was.
You know who
No.
else hates New York, Kyle?
Literally everyone except idiots that live in there.
Hipsters.
I don't think hipsters hate New York. I think they fucking love it. Because they can live in a, you know, 400 square foot apartment for $6,000 a month and be trendy.
Not super sure that's how that works.
Anyway, this article I just sent, quickly glancing over it, it looks like scientists are finally making the push towards figuring out fusion, and we're closer to getting it as a viable fuel source, which would be great.
Oh, yeah, this is from yesterday, too.
Yeah. I mean, the Germans and the Japanese both have fusion generators that they activated for a few seconds. We don't have anything running yet, though.
They activated it for a few seconds, you say?
It was able to use helium, I believe. Able to cause helium fusion. But obviously, they weren't able to, you know, generate a stable amount.
Wasn't that what Dr. Octopus was trying to do in the Spider-Man universe?
Spider-Man? I don't know, probably.
Let's
ask Google.
I'm specifically thinking back to... Which one did he appear in the movies, the older ones with Tobey Maguire? Wasn't it Spider-Man 2?
Yes.
I think so.
I think that's what he was doing.
What was Dr. Octopus
Although
doing
that
in
containment-
Spider-Man?
That containment field was laughable. It was like four pillars that were supposed to hold in this little sun, and you're just like, this looks stupid. What is this? This is completely impractical. And it's like it's in a New York studio apartment, and you're just like, this isn't how this works.
There was a
Like, what scientist is going to walk into your studio apartment and be like, "Oh, that's a fucking fusion reactor." Okay.
There was an episode of Eureka where a high schooler had to make a planetary diorama and accidentally created a small sun floating above the Earth that started wreaking fucking havoc because it was uncontrollable fusion. The Dr. Octopus from issue 3 of The Amazing Spider-Man in 1963 looked really fucking chill.
I'm sorry, what?
He said they looked really fucking chill.
Like, look at him. It's just like an old man with a buzz cut haircut in blue slacks and a sweater.
Why is he like standing in front of the rising sun? Like, what?
I
don't know. Yep, it was Spider-Man 2. I was right. Wow. I don't even like superheroes and shit like that. on. I gotta go. I gotta see if
it's
it was
important.
actually
Otto
fusion or not.
Gunther Octavius, better known as Dr. Octopus.
Yep. To help him perform a sustained fusion experiment, Octavius developed an artificially intelligent mechanical arms which are impervious to heat and magnetism.
What are they made of?
Magic powers.
How did he form them if they're impervious to heat? How did he work the metal?
That's a good question.
Yeah. It's a very good question.
And they don't explain
superhero
because
logic.
MacGuffin.
So I guess theoretically, if he had two base metals, each of which are affected by heat, and he then created a what is that when you mix two metals?
He's got balls on his chin. He literally looks like a Bolchinian.
It's from
Is that from the old PS1 game?
Yeah. Yes.
The worst part is I played that.
That's what his face looks like. He's a good looking guy. Look at him. Look at that face. That's how you know he's a good guy.
Stop it.
Just he looks like a shitty rip of a fucking like Deus Ex character.
Boss fights.
Do you have a single fact to back that up with?
No, I don't have a single fact to back that up with.
Let's see. I love his goals listed on the wiki here. Kill Spider-Man Peter Parker. Kill Mary Jane. Use more tritium in his fusion reactor in order to prove that he can control the enormous power of the sun. And of course it adds the addendum failed. And his crimes are multiple murders, torture, kidnapping, terrorism, just general destruction,
Identity theft, fraud, robbery, and blackmail.
bank robbery, and then dangerous experimentation. Having a small son in your, Manhattan Island studio apartment isn't dangerous experimentation now.
No,
That's totally legitimate. I'm pretty sure the EPA knew about it. The Pentagon was probably aware. Everybody was cool with it. What are you talking about?
Why is this? Wait.
MIT gave the thumbs up, so it's all cool.
He's formerly a member of the Agent of Hydra as well.
Hail Hydra.
Yeah. Occupation. Well, this is clearly like going down his lists of what he does. He started off as a scientist, then he was just a criminal, and now he's a terrorist.
Then a vigilante, and then the CEO of Parker Industries, formerly.
Formerly, yeah.
Founder / leader of the Sinister Six.
I like this layman's description of fusion energy. It will be almost like solar energy, but you control the light switch on the sun, and you have a dimmer switch.
That's all the sun needs is a dimmer switch.
Just put a dimmer on that one.
He really has that down pat, man.
Yeah.
Jake,
That's how he's like fucking briefing it in the fucking meeting.
What is that?
Like,
What is that AI
picture
dimmer you
this.
have?
A dimmer on the sun.
All the scientists were like, we have, this is what we do for a living, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
Jake, what is the thing you always call out to dim the lights?
Google.
Okay, Google, lights at 20%.
Yeah, okay, Google, sun at 20%.
Like the actual sun dims and like fucking world like starts to freeze.
Oh no.
What have I done?
No.
Yeah, no, it's just gonna be that Pikachu face. There
And
you
then
go.
the worst part is that'll be like when everything's solar powered at the time, and then like you won't be able to say it again, so it will never turn back
yeah,
on.
everything shuts off.
Like they just made green everything.
Well, then we'll have to go nuclear.
I mean, two of the researchers are both very optimistic that they're going to see functioning fusion energy in their lifetime, so...
Well, that's nice.
Forget
we're working
qubits.
on it.
Scientists
Well, it's just like the guy
built a
who was
quantum gate
saying,
with qubits.
What's it called? They're saying AI is like AI, super intelligent AI is supposed to be happening within the past, like, or within the next 40 years or some shit like that.
It's artificial superintelligence, ASI.
I give no fucks about semantics.
I'm just telling you, ASIs, I can't wait for them to be a thing.
I don't care about your stupid ASMR.
So, governments, US, EU, Russia, Japan, China, Brazil, Canada, Korea. Companies,
what are they working on?
These are all of the people that are, I guess, contributing to trying to get fusion working.
Oh, okay.
Companies, Lockheed Martin, Commonwealth Fusion Systems, I mean, it's in the name, so. General Fusion, also in the name. Tokamak Energy, AGNI Energy, Academia, MIT and Princeton, and then the last people tacked onto this, billionaires. Bezos, Bill Gates, and Peter Thiel.
Wow.
I mean, Bezos has the money, so...
He does have money. He is a wealthy man. That is one of his powers.
Bezos.
Through the power of his currency, he will unite us all.
What kind of clickbait article is this? AI, quantum computing, and 5G could make criminals more dangerous than ever. Warn police.
No, that sounds like clickbait, like, there's no tomorrow, though.
Yeah, that sounds like boomers being afraid because fire bad, electricity evil, Thomas Edison is a witch.
Yeah.
Like... I don't know.
What?
A second.
What? Should we just talk about what's going on in the podcast because we fucked up?
We didn't fuck up, Jake. If you recall, I had previously asked you to mark the thing as a private stream when I was testing something, and we never said it back.
So we've just been privately streaming right now, so people who have the link right now can listen to us.
Yes.
Wow, we
So
really
nobody.
messed up right now with the live stream aspect of this podcast.
We're streaming everywhere else. You can catch us right now on
We gotta be
Twitter
watching
and
us on everywhere
DLive
else.
and
Wait, you can stream on Twitter?
Twitch. Yeah, we're Periscope.
Oh.
We're currently live. Not if you're listening to this as a live stream. Only if you're listening to this live are we live.
Yeah. I don't really think that needs to be said. I'm just saying. Then again, we do live in the current year, so who
We
fucking
live
knows?
in the year of our Lord 2019.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know
an
how to do
interesting
this
year.
from the app, and I can't open. Jake, you're gonna have to go on and set it to public because I can't.
Yeah, I
Wait,
don't know how to do it
Comic-Con?
either.
Comic-Con's happening?
Comic-Con is happening.
What Comic-Con?
The Comic-Con.
There's 3 Comic-Cons, I believe.
Because apparently, we actually have a trailer for that Witcher series right now.
It's neat.
I guess I'll go take a look at that. Oh yeah, it started yesterday. The San Diego Comic-Con is currently running until the 22nd. I
Shit.
have no clue.
There, look at that. We're live.
It shows how much I care.
We've been live for an hour, and now we're live.
Well, welcome, because now that we're actually streaming, and Kyle didn't fuck up this time.
Welcome, YouTube viewers.
Yeah.
Crunchy Munch. Oh yeah, Area 51. We need to talk about that.
We're resetting, going back a phase.
Yeah, I was gonna say we kind of ran out the other topics, and then that came up. So yeah.
Area
it's stupid.
51. I'm really excited for all of the
Memes. I love
furries
the
and
memes.
Kyles. That's who's storming Area 51.
Don't forget the Naruto runners.
Oh, the Naruto runners,
The
right?
Naruto runners are, yeah.
They're-
they're a key part.
They're the
We
front
can run
line.
faster than their bullets.
I
Favorite line
believe.
anyone has ever said.
That's a quote.
Oh, is it?
Yep, that's a
Oh.
quote. Well, we can
That's
Naruto
upsetting.
run faster than their bullets. 2019. Some
Who
random
was
Naruto
quoted
runner.
saying that? Just a random person, huh?
Some
Yep,
Twitter
just
person,
some random Naruto runner.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Was it from? My favorite Guatemalan basket weaving website, or Was it from
No,
something
hold on.
else?
Here, I'll find there's a post. Hold on. It was in a news fucking interview as well. So that's the worst part too. Is that, like, this is getting public viewings. That last link, that's just a random meme since we're on the Area 51 thing.
It's just a bunch of planes and shit. Yeah. Well, I mean, because they announced it so early, the government's just gonna move all the aliens and shit to Area 52, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. If you're not thinking that, you're just stupid.
Oh, here we go.
You know what the funny thing is? The person who first fucking posted all this is probably a Fed.
They were Fed posting on 4chan.
Yeah. Area 51 is actually just Fed posting.
Yep.
But that is the link, and it's literally on a TV.
Wow.
What am I naming this? Storming Area 51.
If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. I mean, it's a quote. It's right there. It's on the screen.
From what fucking news channel is they're hiding it? Probably not intentionally, but is that fucking?
Is that MSNBC or something?
I was gonna say that the banner on the bottom has the symbol.
Yeah, I see that little. Yeah, I see that
little flower thing.
Bar. Yeah. Yep.
Wonderful.
I mean, what are we like? What are they expecting to really accomplish to get into Area 51? That's it, and see some aliens.
It's to prove that they can.
Pretty much.
I think didn't we have this discussion before? And I was saying like, okay, so you've announced this way ahead of time. You've set a planned date to go out there and do this. Looking logistically at the place, like, hold on, I'm going to go into Google Maps right now and go look at Area 51.
Ooh, you're going to be put on a list, Aaron.
Well, me and like however many other million people are on a list too, because they all looked at it too, probably. You've seen the battle plans.
I have not seen the battle plans.
Seriously, you haven't seen the Area 51 battle plans?
Yeah, somebody else get on Googling that while I go look at the map, because after reading over it, I'm pretty sure that Area 51 is like in the middle of nowhere in the Navaza desert. Like, there's no real towns anywhere near it.
The Kyles with the Monster Energy buff plus 10 Berserk, Anti-Vax kids, people armed to the teeth, Naruto runners, Karens, crackheads, rock throwers, furries, and the rest of us in safety.
They're going to bring guns.
What else would they do? Just show up unarmed?
First of all, I would imagine, because if you show up with weapons, then they're going to have a reason to shoot you.
Honestly, looking at this realistically now, like it's honestly funny that people think Area 51 is anything more than like a trading facility. Like, it's actually fucking ridiculous. Like, do you remember?
It's just an airport.
Yeah. Do you remember when they were doing Operation Jade Cole?
No.
Where they were doing all those like flying scenario missions over like most of like Nevada, California, and most of the western coast states. If you just search Operation Jade Cole, you'll get more information about it. But that's what that is used for, is to do these training exercises out of public view. That's it. Like, people think it's fucking aliens and shit, and it's not.
I forget who first said that Area 51 was alien.
The Roswell incident, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that what started it?
Or maybe it wasn't Jade Cole.
Because like literally the only things that like it's been publicly released that were there was like, okay, we had the F2 there, we had the SR-71 there, like we had experimental like
aircraft.
Yeah, experimental aircraft, stealth technology, and a few other things. But like that's not alien tech. That's just.
Well, how else did we get this technology, Aaron? Humanity doesn't possess that capability.
I can't find this on the map.
That's... Aaron, obviously the government's hiding it from you.
Does somebody have the?
Because you're on a watch list, remember?
Okay, I hate that I can't find this anywhere else besides on the actual wiki pages. By the way, the operation was Operation Jade Helm. 15 conspiracy theories. This is literally the only place I can find information about Jade Helm, but it was just like a training exercise that took place over like Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and California.
Clearly,
Jade
it's a
Helm?
conspiracy.
Jade Helm.
There we go. I have the coordinates. Okay.
Good.
Now I can look at this.
F-16s are en route to your apartment.
Yeah. So what's there? Yeah, there's nothing around.
Wow,
dude.
I had no idea that that Area 51 was officially called Homey Airport.
Is it really?
There's a separate military base called Sugar Bunker. There's some mountains. There's Route 375, and there's like no towns.
Groom Lake.
So you guys are gonna go out in
Salt
like
Flat.
100-degree fucking salt flat desert out in the middle of nowhere with like hundreds of thousands of people. Like, how are you feeding them? How are you getting people out of the heat? How are you watering everybody? Like,
Aaron, you're concerned about logistics. These people are concerned about Naruto running. Come on, get it right.
So, I mean, the best way to do it would be to convince a bunch of, like, rock bands to, you know, drive out with their tour buses and just transport all of the people.
Why don't they just... Why do the rock bands have to be involved? Why don't they just fucking get just tour buses?
Because then they can play music while people are storming Area 51.
Yeah, they'll be playing fucking, like, Naruto theme songs.
So is it going to be like Mad Max, where there's just a guy with like a flamethrower guitar on the front of the bus as they're like driving it through the fence, and everybody's Naruto running behind to breach it?
That's what needs to happen now.
This is the siege of Area 51.
I mean, it's really interesting how close Las Vegas is to
and then they're just met with a hail
Area
of
51,
gunfire.
actually.
Like, you're literally right near Death Valley. This area is inhospitable.
The one thing that's going to actually be really interesting is, first of all, how many people show up.
Yeah,
and second of all, depending on how many people actually show up, whether the military actually opens fire if these people breach the gate.
There was a post that was like that. Hold on, I'll find it. My other bit being, okay, so you think it's just going to be the military stopping you? And I like I said, I was going to make this point before, but I got tangented. I mean, they can get local police, they can get state police, they can probably get a couple SWAT teams. They can probably get the National Guard if they really, like, if there's a decent amount of people and they really want to keep this contained, because they're not going to let you in they're not going to let you pass those fences. Like, it's a military base.
At this point, fucking, if they're like, yeah, fucking just let them in, you know there's gonna be just, like, foreign spies being like, well, hey, they're just letting us in, so,
Here it is. More than 400,000 people have signed up to storm Area 51 through a Facebook event. More than 450,000 others have indicated interest in the event. The U.S. government...
When are they actually storming?
September, I think.
It's like September 23rd or something.
Terrific.
The U.S. government is prepared to massacre more than 500,000 people. I keep saying this, but you only have to massacre the first few dozen people typically. Although the idea that the U.S. armed forces are ready to protect America gets funnier if a sizable chunk of America is standing outside the gates. Like, that is the best take I've seen. Because it's true. Like the American military is here to protect the people, but when the better part of the American populace has shown up on your doorstep and you're pointing guns at them, are you really protecting them?
what are you protecting?
I mean, you're sort of protecting them from themselves.
Actually,
no. Hold on. You're protecting America from those people.
So now they're enemies of the state?
Congratulations, you're now an enemy of the state.
Congratulations.
When you went to Naruto
runner...
run at a secret government facility, yes, you're an enemy of the state.
Naruto runners are now enemies of the state. Public enemy number 1, Naruto runners.
Actually, anyone affiliated with Naruto should be an enemy of the state.
Fucking God.
That's my take.
Naruto's now a fucking terrorist figure.
There's another meme stream event, Kyle. Terroristic Naruto figure.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, I'm not gonna say it.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah. Get us fucking banned from YouTube.
I mean, I'm
Say
just
it.
gonna start ISIS chanting.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Kyle, add another one to the list. Naruto dressed up as a member of ISIS.
Naruto is an enemy of the state.
His
Naruto is ISIS.
His headband just has an Arabic script on it.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that already exists.
Did you ever see it?
Man.
It was going around on Tumblr for a little while. It was like a Google search bar, and it said ISIS, and then in parentheses was like, "But chill, this is for school."
Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer your earlier question, though, Area 51 was taken by the government in 1955, and the alien conspiracies started between the 50s and 60s. So right about the time the fucking place was founded, people are like, "Oh, aliens are there."
Why is it called Area 51? Like, is there a reason behind that?
I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is a pretty particular naming convention that I don't think anywhere else has, right?
I don't
Like there's
believe
no sequential order of areas up to 51, right?
The origin of the name Area 51 is unclear. It's believed to be from an Atomic Energy Commission numbering grid, although Area 51 is not part of the system. It's adjacent to Area 15. Another explanation is that 51 was used because it was unlikely that the AEC would use the number, according to the CIA. The correct names for the facilities are Homey Airport and Groom Lake. Though the name Area 51 was used in a CIA document from the Vietnam War, the facility has also been referred to as Dreamland and Paradise Ranch, among other nicknames. The USAF Public Relations has referred to the facility as an operating location near Groom Dry Lake. The special use airspace around the field is referred to as Restricted Area 4808 North, R4808N.
I mean, those are the coordinates. I'm looking at them right now.
I wonder, like, if planes somewhat fly over that, generally speaking.
You mean get remotely close that you could take a photograph of? Kind of thing?
Not necessarily take a photograph of, but just like because I feel like that's probably in the direct path line, since McCarran Airport is literally parallel.
Yeah, these people are stupid. Why would you go in there physically? Just get a little drone. They're not going to be able to track that.
They're just going to shoot your drone out of the sky.
Yeah, with those fucking like electromagnetic ray gun things that they have, anti-drone guns that they use.
500,000 people there. Just get 500,000 drones. They can't shoot them all down.
Aaron, if I'm right about what's going to happen, all of the stuff that they're not allowed to use to disperse crowds anymore are basically just gathering dust in Area 51. So if they were to fly the drones out, they just roll out the Operation Sunbeam and burn all of the fucking drones in the sky. Just sweep the microwave laser across them and fry the electronics.
You mean like what I was fucking saying when we brought it up in the group chat, and I was like, yeah, they probably have like those sonic deterrents on the fucking the HMVs. Or they have that microwave dish, and I even asked you, like, do they still have those?
There's no reason for them to not.
Sunbeam.
Let's be honest, I guarantee every fucking
never mind, Operation Sunbeam was a nuclear test.
Oh, yeah, no, Operation Sunbeam's still gonna be employed over there, don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're just gonna nuke 500,000 Americans in the desert.
It was nuclear testing. It was just inconvenient that it was the same day.
It was just inconvenient that they all grouped up exactly where we were dropping the bomb.
Right outside of our military base.
I mean, it's restricted area. We were testing. They're not privy to this knowledge. Real shame, though.
Hold on, can I?
What are those
on the ground near this?
What are those particular deterrents called? Where you're
what?
Is there like a Google Maps where you can just like walk through it?
When you're on Google Maps, if you drag the little person out, it's a UFO now.
Oh my god.
What? What is this?
Google.
Are you kidding me, Google? Oh my god. Don't encourage them.
No, Google, please encourage them. We need them to just not. We need you to just not.
Sunbeam protest deterrent. I'm trying to find what this thing was fucking called.
And looking at the topographic layout of the region, there's a lot of snipers' havens.
Wait, was it you that we were talking about just like going there and then sitting on some ridge nearby with binoculars just to watch it go down and then just have like a sniper team be like, hey guys, how's it going? Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
Let's take
yeah.
some shots. And you're like, hold on, can I take a couple pot shots?
That'd be messed up.
Yep. It would be. But it'd be fun.
But I mean that look at that ridge. You can look directly over the base, you know, you just get a Barrett up there.
Get a Barrett.
A couple of Barrett X103s.
Yeah, a couple of Barrett X103s, some high explosive
I think that's the
rounds.
high explosive one.
You know, you can do some crowd control with that.
Okay, so the one was called the Mosquito, I believe. Maybe?
That's a plane as well.
It's promoted to reduce antisocial behavior such as loitering, vandalism, and drug use.
Drug use.
God, maximum potential output sound pressure level is stated by the manufacturer to be 108 decibels.
Oh my god, can they rupture your eardrums?
I would
They
assume
might be able
it's-
to, yeah.
it's quieter than what can rupture eardrums, considering it's a commercially available thing in the UK. Over 3,000 have been sold in the UK, mainly for use outside shops and near transport hubs.
Thank God.
Oh boy.
Can we import one of them?
It can stop
US is the last listed thing, so
antisocial behavior. Such as loitering and drug use.
I like just stopping it at antisocial behavior such as loitering.
You're not standing here anymore. What?
You're not-
Yeah.
Health effects. The German Federal Institute for Occupational Safety and Health stated in a report on the mosquito entitled Use of Ultrasonic Noise Channels Not Entirely Safe. The results of the examination are now available. The auditors were not able to certify this device as completely safe. The risk to the targeted group of teenagers and young adults is relatively low. They could leave the area when they hear the sound. On the other hand, small children and infants are especially at risk due to lengthy exposure to the sounds because adults themselves do not perceive the noise. Oh, it's ultrasonic, so yeah, once you're over a certain age, you just won't hear it. So that is potentially really bad.
Yeah.
Potentially. Or it's got a lot of potential to do a lot of good.
The National Autistic Society said in 2008 that it was extremely concerned about possible harmful effects of the device upon people with autism since it causes auditory hypersensitivity. Yeah, that would really suck.
Yeah.
There's a whole section on the Wikipedia support of the mosquito.
Oh boy.
Please support us. We need your help.
So looking at the runway of this place, I see like four aircraft
What
right now.
aircraft?
I don't see any military aircraft really. I don't know when this picture's from that they got these of like the region, but they look like there's like 3 737s. It looks like, and then there's like one dual prop, and that's it. And there's just nothing else on the runways. Like the place is really sparse.
Do you really think they would just let there be, you know, potentially top secret aircraft just show on the Google?
Yeah, no, they're just there. Just right out in the open.
Well, I don't know. Like some of the video footage that I was seeing from like news and stuff, there was like, you know, like an old
You
decommissioned
believe the
Blackbird
news?
or something out, and other
Aaron.
stuff like that.
Aaron, you believe the news?
Oh no!
God, let's not get in here.
Oh, I see 2 Black Hawks. So okay, there is some stuff.
Oh man, if you weren't on a list before, now you're definitely on a list calling out their shit.
Active denial system. All right, this is what I'm looking for. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, get ready to contend with those, everybody.
Yeah. Hope you don't
You
mind.
think you can
dying.
Naruto run faster than a Blackhawk? I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed.
Blackhawk. No, because they're just gonna make the Blackhawks Naruto run.
I mean, technically a bullet can go faster than a Blackhawk, Aaron.
No, what are you
Yeah.
saying? Shoot the helicopter?
No, I'm saying then they could, in theory, outrun a Blackhawk.
Ah,
If they can outrun bullets.
I see. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you do have a point.
ADS works by firing a high-powered beam of 95 gigahertz waves at the target, which corresponds to a wavelength of 3.2 millimeters. The active deterrent system millimeter wave energy works a similar principle to a microwave oven. Yeah. All right. So the ADS is what they use to accidentally microwave people.
So anyway,
Accidentally.
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to tell only because like I don't really know like how far you can see in a plane. I mean, I know it's like, you know, what anyway, point is, so the planes don't really necessarily get that close to Area 51, even though it's pretty close to Las Vegas itself. So, I mean, so maybe there's possibly a chance you could see it from a plane, but I don't think necessarily you could.
Not looking too optimistic about it, champ.
No.
It depends on weather conditions and your altitude.
Depends on weather conditions
If it's-
in your
if it's-
area.
Perfectly clear,
There's,
and you're 6,000 feet up, and have a pair of binos, you could absolutely see roughly the area. Might even be able
I'm
to get
just
a
saying
good
that
look at it.
there's probably a very large buffer area for just no fly, like as far as like commercial and public aircraft.
Probably. I'd be more surprised if there wasn't.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so ADS is what I was looking at. Good old, what is it, Raytheon is the manufacturer. The ADS.
Good.
A vehicle-mounted system. ADS was developed under the sponsorship of the DoD Non-Lethal Weapons Program with the Air Force Research Laboratory as its lead agency.
That's pretty cool. I'm actually looking at the flight radar map right now, and I'm looking at kind of like the Fresno area. The Fresno area. Anyway, there's like a dip in the mountains where it looks like the planes travel through. It's actually pretty interesting.
Oh, that is fucked up. I'm looking at other direct energy weapons that our government has researched, and an electrolaser. It ionizes the target path and then sends a powerful electric current down the conducting track of ionized plasma, somewhat like lightning. It functions as a giant, high-energy, long-distance version of the taser or stun gun.
Good.
So
Can you fucking imagine?
that video I sent, I guess they had like a public day where they were doing training exercises and then also just doing demonstrations with these things. And I mean, look at that truck. Like, that thing's probably got some power to, if they wanted to crank it, they could cook you.
Well, look at this list of direct energy weapons. I remember them talking about the phaser, the thing that you can blind people, like it's a stun grenade in a rifle.
DARPA.
The DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief.
Lots of fucking laser weapons.
Oh boy, I'm bookmarking this page.
The direct energy weapons.
Yeah, this is,
Wikipedia. Particle beam weapons? What?
I feel like we're going a little deep into
Oh,
this.
they're theoretically possible, but practically weapons have not been demonstrated yet. Okay. Blooming is also a problem in particle beams. Yeah?
We might need to,
Reel it in.
yeah, we might need to reel this in.
But I have no doubt that ADS
basically
and
that,
LRAD systems are going to be used to deter the Naruto runners.
Like that, naval map that I was sending, Jake. This is amazing.
This is pretty cool. I'm actually looking at a plane right now that's kind of over top of it. It's like a smaller plane. Just kind of curious where it's going because it doesn't have an estimated, like,
Oh, does this
arrival.
flight radar show the no-fly zones?
It shows everything that's in the air currently. Jesus Christ.
Well, not everything. Mainly big aircraft, unless like a smaller aircraft is doing IFR, I guess.
Well, anything that has a transponder will theoretically be showing up.
How screwed would we be if, like, a really bad solar flare hit us and all of these things just dropped out of the sky?
Everyone
we'd be
better
okay.
fucking know how to fly properly.
Yeah, they're not gonna just drop.
And actually, our old Luscombe would be completely fine with its magneto system. You know, an EMP wouldn't do shit. We'd still be able to start that bitch up and fly it.
Technology.
Wait, I have to.
But I mean, frankly, if you're not building Faraday cages into all of your electronics, you're a fucking idiot.
I do that.
Yeah, people are giving a certain place a wide berth, it seems.
Where is Area 51 roughly on this map?
Let me go back to it really quick.
Aaron, you said it's by which route?
It's right above
375.
It's right above Sugar Bunker.
Yeah, because I can see that.
You can see it on Google Earth, and if you look where Sugar Bunker is on this map, which you can, it's literally right above it.
Which route? 305?
375.
375.
That's the lat lawn, if you
Yeah,
want.
we really needed to reel this in.
Oh,
We've
we
been
need
on
to.
Area 51 for quite a while now.
Well, that's because it's interesting.
Well, it's not that it's interesting, it's just that people are fucking stupid.
Well, people are stupid, but then it became interesting when we started talking about.
The things that are going to be used to stop them.
Yeah.
As we're, like, grossly indulging in Schadenfreude that is to come.
You know, maybe if someone's live streaming it, we'll restream their live stream. Whenever it happens.
Depending on what happens, we might have to cut that. Just saying.
I mean, if you hear a couple shots and then the camera drops, we'll be like, well, that's the end of the stream, guys.
Yep, wrapping up.
Thanks for joining us on live coverage of storming Area 51.
Thanks for tuning in.
$37. I'm gonna get the exact coordinates. This 37.14 by positive 115.
That's what I used.
115.48. Let's refocus my map. Aaron, this is in the middle of China.
What? You put that into Google Maps and it's going to take...
No, I put it into the flight map.
Oh, this flight map's... stupid. Yeah.
Huh.
Just look for Death Valley and go, like, northeast of it.
Maybe I should just do the negative 115. See if
But,
that swings us back over into America. Yes, find something else for us to talk about, please.
Apparently there's a lot of decommissioned missile silos in South Dakota. Just as a fun fact.
Not surprised at all. Is this green a no-fly zone on this air map?
I don't know.
Oh, well... We don't want to get into that, do we?
Get into what?
Me and Jake were talking about it earlier.
I don't know.
The House passed a $15 minimum wage bill.
I think that's all we should say.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna suck, because,
It's probably not gonna get past the Senate, though.
well, even if it did make past the Senate, I'd be getting a, 10-cent, raise, and then people that flip burgers would be getting, a $10 raise. And that would be
Well, and
bullshit.
90?
And see, that's what's bad for me, because since technically I'm not on a minimum wage job, I'm not going to get any of that money, and then the cost of living is going to slowly increase over that period of time. So I'm going to have a harder time because I'm not making minimum wage and I'm not getting up to the cost of living.
Yeah. It would help Jesse. He's making less than 15, but more than minimum wage. That'd be helpful for him.
But I mean, like, we're talking busing staff, we're talking waiters, and shit like that. Like, everybody's getting it.
Oh, I don't think any of the service staff in restaurants, I guarantee you they would still be like, nope, we're not paying you minimum wage because you get tips.
No, dude, no.
I wish we could get rid of tipping altogether, like, every other country.
Not the way they're rolling out, not the way they want to roll out this bill. It is like wait staff are going to get 15.
Then I won't tip.
That's what this bill is stipulating.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would be great if we could eliminate tipping.
Yeah, then
They effectively would. If everybody knows that they're making 15, they're probably not going to tip them.
see, here's the thing I don't think people understand though. Like about let's say, I don't know how it works in a private restaurant because shady shit happens in private restaurants, let's be honest, but like corporate restaurants, let's say a person works and they're making, I don't know what the actual wage is for a waitress, so let's just say it's $5 an hour, okay? Because minimum wage in Pennsylvania right now is $7.25. Okay, so let's just say
it's like $5 to $2.35, I think.
whatever, it doesn't matter. So let's just say it's $5 to even it out. So if they don't make $7.25 an hour in tips, also with their wage, the company, I'm pretty sure, has to pay them forward for the money they didn't make in tips.
I'm not sure, but that does sound correct.
I'm like 95% sure that that's how it works in Pennsylvania. I don't know about other states, but I know Pennsylvania, it's like that. So, yeah, let's say, so in theory, you wouldn't have to tip if you go to like a fucking Chili's because they're going to make their wage anyway, minimum wage. But if this goes through and servers and stuff make actual minimum wage, then yeah, I'm not going to tip anymore because then there's no point to tipping.
Oh, and then all of you assholes can stop being mean to me for tipping 15% instead of 20.
That's the only win you get out of this, Kyle.
Yeah.
On top of your 10 cents.
I hate having to tip a lot. I'll get like a 15% or a 15-cent raise, and I'll no longer have to tip.
I'll tell you what, though. What's really fucking shiesty is when they put the subtotal before the tax, because then you're factoring in tip on the taxed money too, which you shouldn't. You should factor in the tip pre-tax.
I mean, as it is, I'm fine with factoring in tip after the tax because I always tip an exact amount to make sure my bill comes out as a flat money.
That is so much worse.
Like, I don't want the bill on my card to be, $12.97. I would rather it be $13. A lot harder to do that.
Yeah, but what does it matter? Because you're going to go to Wawa and buy like a sandwich and it's $3.59 anyway or something. Just throwing out a random number.
Is it fucking Hoagie Fest?
I threw out a random number. I'm just saying, like, it's going to be an odd number anyway, so what is having one even number at a restaurant going to do for you?
Because if they're forcing me to tip, I'm going to use that tip to balance my bill.
Yeah, but you're not. Well, then why don't you just balance your fucking checkbook anyway and just make it an even number in your fucking checking account?
Do.
God, you're awful.
I'm like on top of that. The only thing that's not an even amount of money is my savings because I can't keep that balanced very easily.
Well, I'm assuming you get interest in your savings.
Do you count the bullets in your gun too? Because
no, not during live fire.
You know what? Some company, anyway, hold on. Let's talk about this real quick. Some company needs to make specific like boxes of ammo that are like for a gun that holds 7 rounds, or for, you know what I mean? Like that'd be great, because like you get like a box of 30 rounds, and then like you're left with like 2 rounds. You're like, oh, I'm gonna squeeze off 2 rounds real quick when you're at the range, right?
So yeah, like if I get a 30 rack of 9mm, my gun holds 16 rounds. So that means I can load up 1 clip or 1 mag, and then a second mag that is missing 2 bullets.
Yeah.
Or when I get 100 rounds of 22 for my 9-cylinder revolver, I end up with a single extra round at the end.
Right, so some company needs to do that, like, buy this box of 9mm for a gun that holds 7 rounds. You know, like, come on.
I think it works.
We put men on the moon.
We put men on the moon. Why can't we sell oddly specific amounts of ammunition?
I mean, at that point, you'd at least be able to, like, plan your range day out pretty well.
I
Like,
guess.
cost effectively.
Well, I
Depending on how
mean,
many mags you're
realistically,
willing to, you know,
yes, the range is
practice
fun
with.
for just squeezing off rounds, but realistically, you go to the range to, like, let's say, sight in a rifle or something like that, you know?
No, you don't.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you want to...
So here's the
Go
thing,
there to
Jake.
shoot people, obviously.
When I
with
go
how
to the
things
range
performing.
to sight in a rifle, I waste 4 rounds sighting in my rifle, and then I'm like, well, I brought 100 rounds.
Might as well use them.
$40 down the range.
So,
But damn it, I pay $20 a year for that range membership. I'm gonna blow $200 or $300 worth of ammunition in that year.
So I guess another side note here. Across the pond, you know, they've been struggling trying to, you know, leave the EU, but they're actually going to succeed in one small manner of Brexiting. They're apparently going to be making a Netflix version of or a British version of Netflix in the BritBox.
That sounds like a brilliant idea.
You pay £6 a month, and you get to watch nothing, because apparently it's going to be launching without a single new television show.
Okay, now a single new television show that still implies that they'll have, you know, reruns of some stuff, I would assume. Right?
Tell you
ITV
what.
BBC streaming service BritBox to launch in autumn for £6 a month. It will feature current and archive shows, but no
Okay.
original material until 2020. Viewers have slammed the service as a ripoff and paying twice for repeats.
I'll tell you what, though, that really pisses me off about, like, all the streaming services that are happening right now. So, like, just an example, they're taking off The Office and Friends because NBC owns them on Netflix, and NBC is making their own streaming service now.
You're sort of right. You might be right about The Office, I don't know. But Friends in particular, it got pulled off of Netflix specifically to be put on,
NBC streaming service.
no, not NBC. What was Game of Thrones on?
Oh,
HBO.
HBO.
Yeah, HBO is
Now or
creating
something.
a third app that you have to
What?
pay for. So there's already HBO Go and HBO Now, both of which were separate streaming services that you had to pay independently for, and now they're starting a third one that you'll also have to pay independently for, and that's what Friends is going on, is the new HBO app.
Don't you love these, like, this is the stupidest shit ever. Like, and the worst part is people are going to pay for it, too.
Well, the thing is that they're making a really stupid maneuver in doing this, a lot of these companies, because they're just aping old media. And they keep thinking that, like, as long as we tie down, you know, our specific IPs to our streaming service, we're going to draw people in. And no, you're just fracturing it and making people more upset.
You're just making
about-
people want to go sail the high seas.
Literally.
Yeah. Like, nobody wants to sit there and budget out for the month what their, like, 18 different streaming services are going to cost them. They just want to fucking watch
Didn't we already talk about this? How there's
Hold
now
on.
a banking
banks
thing
are,
that'll-
Yeah.
banks are offering fucking subscription management services for
Okay.
your bank account.
So this is news to me. So Time Warner owns HBO, right? So Time Warner has a lot of stake in a lot of shits like TBS, TNT, some other shit I haven't heard of. But apparently, other media that's Time Warner has stake in is, a list of assets, let's say, is Rooster Teeth and Crunchyroll.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not know that.
I feel
so
like
that's probably where they're getting their money.
I feel like there's a lot of big companies that are really violating antitrust laws at this point. And I think we need to update it to like deal with partnerships.
Oh, bye, Trevor.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think we need to redraft some of this stuff to deal with partnerships.
Yeah.
Because
they're trying to break up Google.
I feel like that's how they're getting around all of these loopholes of like, well, we're not one company. We're
a company that owns a bunch of other companies.
We're only affiliated.
Well, I think
like I don't know. I don't think you shouldn't be able to have a monopoly under one entity, and okay, we have that dealt with, but you also shouldn't be able to make like some sort of oligarchical monopoly.
Well, see, and I think the way they get away with that is they don't own the other companies; they have stake in the other companies.
Yeah, and that's bullshit, though. They should.
I'm not a majority owner. I only own 30% of that company.
Yeah.
There should be like a ceiling of ownership between large companies, depending on what market they're in and what stake they have and stuff like that. Which I know it's asking for government to overstep bounds into the private sector, but I mean, do you want this or do you want this to be mediated? Like, you have to find, there has to be a breaking point here.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, though, a lot of these companies wouldn't necessarily exist without this, like, intervention, I suppose you can call it.
And yeah, they definitely need to go after, some of the big tech companies, too. Facebook, Twitter, Google, all of them. Oh, and me and Jake were even talking about this earlier. Xfinity and Comcast also need to get a fucking, like, a good bashing to the head there.
I mean, I was just having this trouble fucking minutes ago, or well, hours ago, where I would go into my fucking router settings and fix all of the issues. I'd connect to the internet, and it would immediately undo all of the stuff I've set, and when I try to call their local thing, I get oh, we're sorry, this service is currently down, try again later.
Well, it's not even that, but like the thing we were talking about earlier this morning was like, it's basically legalized price fixing, because let's be honest, the two major companies are Comcast and Verizon, and there are a couple other smaller companies out there that do their part, but like these people are like
Service Electric.
Yeah.
Isn't Service Electric a subsidiary of Verizon?
Pentel. Or Pelotel or something. I don't fucking know. It's a Pennsylvania company. No. Anyway, but like, yeah, these companies are getting away with like just basically price fixing and shiesty fucking business.
and Jake, just to add the point that you had made earlier of he was like, they have to be talking to each other.
Yeah, like you telling me the CEO of Comcast and the CEO of Verizon aren't fucking like
sitting down for a cigar every
not
fucking
even that
week.
like don't have each other's fucking names in their phone book, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, of course they do,
because the best you have to be able to do if you're like upset with your ISP or how much they're fucking grafting out of you every month is to be like, well, I'm going to go to the other service,
and then you realize that it's like the exact same quality with the exact same pricing.
Yeah. Internet should, I mean, obviously, yes, we're paying for a service, but internet should, on a large scale of things, be basically free. Like, there's...
I mean, Elon's working on it once he gets global satellite coverage.
theoretically, I should be able to decide I'm going to start my own ISP and gain access to the things, but I guarantee you if I
you
start a
can't do
business
that. You can do that, but what they're going to give you is AT&T is going to come out and give you a fucking broadband connection that's less than 25 megabytes down. That's all you're going to get.
There is one instance I do remember that I had read about years ago, and I think it was out in like Alaska or something like that, which is why they basically had to do this anyway if they wanted internet service. But they basically made a community fund pool between a bunch of these guys who were like, former IT workers and like ley line layers and stuff like that. And they were like, well, we know how to do this, and this community wants internet, so we're gonna everybody put money into the pot, and we'll work on setting this up. And they got their community on their own like internet. Service.
I saw something about that earlier, but it was one guy who set it up, and it was like some coastal mountain town. Yeah. And all these people didn't have internet, and this one guy got a fucking direct connection, and he set up basically an ISP for this entire like small community.
And the problem is that he had to go through so much bullshit of zoning and everything else that like that's the major reason why he had to get the money together to do it. It was just because there was so much built up in like regulation and stuff like that he had to adhere to, that he needed to pay for all of that and the licensure and everything like that. So that's the other thing that you would run into if you tried to start up your own ISP, is that you probably don't even have the starting liquid assets to even begin to do it compared to these companies. Which, if they want to, they can easily just elbow you out of the area and never let you get off the ground.
Exactly.
And it's the same as it's the same as anybody who tries to compete with YouTube or Facebook or any of these other companies either.
I mean, we're over on BitChute now, and BitChute I feel like is a pretty good competitor to YouTube. It's making its way there. I mean, first of all, it has automatic backup from YouTube, and tons of people are going over there exclusively because of all the fucked up shit that's happening on YouTube.
I just ended my stream by accident.
That being said, hey YouTube, don't permanently shadow ban us because we love you.
It's fucking odd. Yeah, I did. It's fucking Audacity. Like I didn't even realize I had Audacity clicked, and I hit spacebar by accident and it fucking ended the recording. I mean, I'm recording again, but I'm gonna have to fix it later.
Jake,
good thing I didn't talk.
Did you do this last time?
No.
That sucks. Well, you know what we can put in that space where your mic was fucked up? We can put in my horrible shilling for we have to. I have to legally advise you not go to g2a.com/r/OASN where you can get good games cheap. I disavow because of recent events, but good cheap games, good cheap at g2a.com/r/OASN.
I forget what they did. What did they do again?
I mean, do we want to at least just clarify what that whole G2A business is about if people haven't already heard?
I forget about it.
They were paying people to give them favorable reviews, like paying not advertisers, but they were trying to buy good press, and which it's a thing.
Well, wait,
it
wasn't the company though. It was just that one sole actor. What was his name?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me pull up a news page for it.
Because the company didn't know anything about it. It was just this one guy.
The one guy that worked for them.
Yeah. He was just trying to do the best by the company and everything else, and he was totally misguided and trying to, move thousands of dollars into these people's accounts to, make sure that, they said that G2A was up to snuff, and they're totally not criminals.
I absolutely hate to use Polygon because I fucking hate Polygon.
Polygon's a great site.
No, they're not. And I know we're not a political podcast, but I hate Polygon's politics.
I mean, we kind of skewed that way.
G2A controversy.
I'm just searching generic G2A controversy.
G2A
What else
employee
is there?
tried to pay the press for favorable coverage. And G2A came out and was like, oh, it was just him. These emails were sent by our employee without authorization, for which we apologize to @some indie games. And the 9 other media outlets he sent this proposal to, he will face strict consequences, as this is absolutely unacceptable, was the tweet from G2A.
That's tasty.
Absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, we disavow.
Yeah,
And,
really.
So G2A is
Fucking
Polish
shiesty shit,
owned and
yo.
Hong Kong based, apparently.
Yeah, that makes me even more skeptical. What? Those are two countries that shouldn't mix together.
We talk about that. They've always been close relations. They've been fucking crossing each other's borders since like the Stone Age. They're right next to each other. Duh. God, how do you not know this?
Yeah, I haven't looked at a map in a while. My bad.
Yeah. Get on that.
But yeah. So do or don't use at your own peril. Our affiliate link in the description.
Is that what we're going for? We're just gonna say, hey,
Or don't, maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. We're just gonna take the same stance the company takes whenever somebody decides to go out and just pay people for good reviews.
Legal is telling me I have to publicly disavow the use of our code g2a.com/r/OASN.
I mean, who's the legal team? Am I the legal team? I'm the only person who's saying that
We're all the legal team, Aaron.
Ah,
Technically, right now, me and Jake are the only
We're-
employees. So would you like to be
we're,
hired on as our legal team, Aaron?
we're a commune of lawyers.
Commune of lawyers. Yeah. That's our actual real titles. You know.
Aaron,
now
you
that
can
the
be our
whole wide
czar
world
of law.
knows. You say
Yes.
czar?
I'll send you the paperwork after the stream. But
No.
yeah, I think that's probably a good place to end it.
I mean, who's fomenting the communist revolution against me?
Probably Trevor. Yeah, you hear that?
Yeah,
It's definitely
yeah.
him.
I hear that red motherfucker.
I hear tanks rolling in.
No. That's just humanitarian aid.
No, Tovarsh, that is just throngs of peasants starving in the fields.
What's that? It sounds like a drone covered in C4 flying at us.
Nah. Don't worry about it. We're just distributing the wealth.
All right. Thank you for
Thanks for coming out.
episode
Yeah, this
21.
Been an interesting one.
Yeah. Well, it always is. Let's be honest.
Next time,
Yeah.
we'll cause the sun to go nuclear.
No.
Yeah.
Next time we eat tacos on Pluto.
That sounds fun.
That also sounds fun.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Peace.